many of our meeting professionals who are tiling in and our business owners, they have entrepreneurial mindset. And so whether it's literally tariffs or the broader levers of the uncertainty, the chaos, the lack of predictability, which is uncertainty in the economy. What do you say to them for somebody who's been through so many recessions and so many bull markets and bear markets and ups and downs? What sage advice can you provide to them?
Well, number one, you got to stay in things. You can't walk away from something. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't quit at times. We all know when we've exhausted all the probabilities and we have to switch businesses or adapt or pivot. That's not what I'm saying. That's not giving up, though. If I'm in the hedge fund business and I recognize that there's a wave of digital assets coming like we did 4 or 5 years ago, I'm not giving up by dialing back aspects of that business and dialing up the crypto business. You see what I mean?
Yes.
So when I say not giving up, that doesn't mean you have to not sometimes put things down that you were once doing that may or may not work anymore. But it's about just staying in the fight. So in my career, I will tell you that I've had 5 or 6 mega fights. I almost lost the business in '08. We made some really stupid decisions. We had too much leverage. It was a disaster for us. I almost lost the business again, believe it or not, in 2020. We were in March of 2020, the worst downdraft. I had the worst performance year of my life in 10 days, Seth. Okay, the last 10 days of March were probably the worst of my investment career. And I had gotten COVID wrong. I thought COVID was going to be like SARS or like MERS.
Right.
And it hurt our business. I didn't see it coming. And I will point out to you that, by the way, the other people that didn't see it coming in my hedge fund colleagues also had really bad performance. We all went to an event at the World Economic Forum and listened to a guy from the CDC and from the World Health Organization tell us it was going to be okay and not to worry. And man, I mean, I've done some stupid things in my career, but that's about as stupid as it gets. So what do? You stay in things. You figure out a way to adapt. You figure out a way to make things better. You listen. Go to your peers, really try to figure out what you're doing wrong, particularly if they're doing something right.
Yeah.
We're mimetic as a group of people. So I often tell people we're social organisms and we're mimetic. So if you want to be a great writer, read great writers. If you want to be a great hedge fund manager, read and study great hedge fund managers, go see great hedge fund managers. If you want to be a great public speaker, well, who are the great public speakers? Focus on what they do, focus on what they say, focus on how they're saying it. Doesn't mean you're going to adopt their style. You've got to be native to yourself, of course. But there are things that you can pick up along the way that you can share with other people. We're oftentimes a collection of the people we're hanging out with, and I get a lot of my good ideas from my peer base, frankly.
And it's great to reach out to that peer base, or at least use them as a sounding board, whether they're aware of it or not. That takes a muscle. That's part of being an entrepreneur.
No question.
And not having a problem borrowing or saying, oh my gosh, that's working over there. Let's maybe mold it to what we're doing.